Deep in the heart of rural East Bethany, New York, lies a place with a chilling statistic. Rolling Hills Asylum is said to be home to over 1,700 documented deaths, and countless restless souls still roam its crumbling halls. If you ever visit, beware the shadows have a way of moving on their own. Rolling Hills Asylum is a place where the walls whisper tales of despair, and the very air seems thick with sorrow. What began in 1827 as a poorhouse for society's outcasts, the mentally ill, the homeless, and the orphaned became a breeding ground for suffering and a magnet for the paranormal. The asylum's history is marred by tragedies that still echo through its long, decaying corridors. For thrill seekers and paranormal investigators, it is a promised land of ghostly encounters. For others, it is a place to avoid at all cost. Tonight we delve into the shadowy spirits of Rolling Hills Asylum, a tale woven with fear, excitement, and the urgency of escaping whatever lies within. Stories of ghostly apparitions and spectral sounds have haunted Rolling Hills Asylum for decades. Skeptics say it's all a trick of the mind, but those who have dared to spend a night inside tell a different story. A caretaker once claimed to have seen the ghost of a 7-foot-tall shadow man lurking in the West Wing, a being so terrifying that seasoned investigators have fled, hearts pounding, never to return. Children's laughter is heard in rooms that have been empty for over a century, and disembodied footsteps follow you down halls that lead to nowhere. What is it about this place that makes it so uniquely haunted? Is it the spirits of the suffering residents trapped in limbo, or something far darker, feeding off the pain that once stained these grounds? The asylum's history is a dark tapestry. It was a place where those society wished to forget were locked away, left to rot, suffer, or fade into obscurity. Many of the residents never left, their bodies buried in unmarked graves in the nearby field. The stories of torment and neglect are hard to fathom. Patients who screamed into the night, clawing at the walls, and children who never knew the warmth of a loving home. One infamous resident was Roy, a gentle giant with developmental disabilities, abandoned by his family. Roy's spirit is said to linger in the men's ward, and visitors have described feeling an overwhelming sadness in his presence. They claim he has a way of making himself known through light touches and the faint sound of humming, a melody that seems to echo from another time. Then there's the ghost of Nurse Emma, a stern woman who oversaw the women's ward. She's been seen in her old uniform, a shadowy apparition staring with hollow eyes. Some say she was kind in life, but the darkness of the asylum changed her, and in death she's become a harsh warden of the restless souls who roam there. But perhaps the most terrifying presence is the aforementioned Shadow Man. Unlike the friendly spirit of Roy or the neutral apparition of Nurse Emma, the Shadow Man is a force of pure dread. He is most often seen in the tunnels beneath the asylum, a place that was once used to transport supplies and, rumor has it, hide evidence of horrific acts committed within the institution. Witnesses describe him as an oppressive darkness, a looming figure that stands impossibly tall, with red eyes glowing like embers in the abyss. The Shadow Man is said to be drawn to fear. One visitor, a seasoned paranormal investigator, felt his presence and described it as being like drowning in terror. His equipment malfunctioned, and he struggled to breathe as the shadow crept closer, suffocating him with an unseen grip. The man barely made it out, gasping for air once he broke free from the building, vowing never to return. The most shocking story tied to Rolling Hills Asylum came from a group of ghost hunters who stayed overnight, hoping to capture evidence of the paranormal. What they recorded was far beyond what they had bargained for. While setting up their cameras in the morgue, one member felt an ice-cold hand grip his shoulder. He spun around, only to see nothing but darkness. Moments later, their thermal camera captured the image of a figure standing in the corner, a mass of cold that defied explanation. The group then split up to cover more ground, but that was their mistake. As one of the members entered the electroshock therapy room, she felt a sudden, suffocating pressure on her chest. Her vision blurred, and she heard a woman's whisper pleading, "Help me." The voice grew louder, more frantic, until the woman's body went limp. Her fellow investigators found her moments later, lying on the floor, unresponsive. It took several minutes before she regained consciousness, and when she did, she sobbed uncontrollably, haunted by the vision of so many eyes watching her from the darkness. That night, the group experienced one final, horrific encounter. As they prepared to leave, the Shadow Man appeared. He emerged from the shadows, red eyes glowing, his figure stretching and growing until it enveloped the room. Cameras malfunctioned, and an unnatural wind howled through the asylum. The ghost hunters ran, hearts pounding, their screams echoing through the asylum's halls. The footage they managed to recover showed only darkness and a voice whispering, "You're never safe." Rolling Hills Asylum stands as a monument to human suffering, and its legacy is one of fear and fascination. It's a place where the past never truly fades, and the spirits of the damned reach out, desperate to be heard. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, one thing is certain. This asylum holds secrets that chill the bone, a reminder that some places never stop screaming. Do you think you'd be brave enough to visit Rolling Hills Asylum, or would the spirits lurking in the shadows send you running? Let me know your thoughts and experiences with haunted places in the comments below. If you're craving more bone-chilling tales, click on the next video to hear about another infamous haunted location that will make your skin crawl. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more thrilling content.